Welcome to Spirit Shack. This is our SpiritPod X1. So the video for the X1 and the X2 is now the same video because the X1 had sound and the X1 was silent. So what we've done, we've started adding the speaker in both models, but we've now added a button to turn the sound on and off. So now essentially the X1 and the X2 are both the same model. They both have a speaker and the sound can be turned on and off on either. So basically the SpiritPod detects static electricity, which spirits can give off and may possibly be made out of. So humans only give off a tiny amount of static compared to a ghost. So we can trigger it by putting our hand near the aerial, but spirits can trigger it from a lot further away. So we've got the battery on the back. It takes a 9-volt square battery. And there's the power switch on the back as well as the sound on and off. We have the telescopic aerial on the top. We also have 4 red LEDs. So basically when it picks up a little bit of static, one light will light up and you'll get one type of sound. When the static level increases, 2 lights and the sound changes. More static, 3 lights, sound changes. More static, 4 lights, the sound changes. So at the moment this is the most sensitive static sensor in the world. We've compared this against every other known static sensor and this is by far the most sensitive. Most of the alternatives, you need to get your hand within 1 or 2 inches of the antenna. This can trigger from a good 6 inches away. I mean, if you were to walk about on carpet for a while, you can even trigger it from 8 or 10, depending how much static you're carrying. So basically when you turn this on, it does a self-calibration, then all 4 lights will flash and you'll hear a beep. So basically you've got to turn it on and move your hand away from it as quick as possible. Because if you've got your hand near it at the time of calibration, it'll dim the sensitivity. Because whatever reading it's picking up at the time of calibration, it sets that as 0. So if you're nowhere near it, it'll be on maximum sensitivity. If you've got it here when it calibrates, it'll dim the sensitivity to think here's 0. And if you've got your hand here, it'll dim the sensitivity more to think here is 0. So if you had it there when it calibrated, you would then have to have your hand there to trigger it. Whereas if you had your hand away, it's maximum sensitivity and sort of 6-inch away will trigger it. So I'll just turn this on and show you. Sometimes, because the issue you have, the more sensitive you make it, the more false positives you can have. So we've kind of done it as sensitive as we can, but without having false positives. If it ever starts playing off and going off non-stop, that means it's failed calibration. So all you have to do is turn it off, turn it on, let it calibrate again. So we'll just give it a try. Right, so the lights came on and then went off. So now we're just going to put our hand near it. So we're about 8 inches away there. So that's how sensitive it is. Yeah, there's no other static sensor on the planet that I know of so far that can detect your hand from that far away. So as the closer we get, should get 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights. So as you see, the sound changes and the amount of lights changes as well. So yeah, it is currently the most sensitive static sensor in the world. Well, if you want one of these, I'll leave a link in the video description, and thanks for watching.